that we cannot replace our democracy and the transformation and the plan we have today. We cannot replace it with mayhem, with anarchy, with destruction of property. It is not possible. We are intelligent people in Kenya and we know what we want. And I have said, those who are sponsoring, those who are marketing, those who are orchestrating this violence, they cannot continue to be faceless. They cannot continue to be nameless. They cannot continue to be formless. They cannot continue to be anonymous. Let them step forward and tell us, what is this violence going to achieve in the Republic of Kenya? And what is their plan beyond this violence?
Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is we're gonna be talking about our politics. And you remember we have been having some serious crisis in our country for the last, I think, 1 month or so. And it's been around, the issues about governance, issues of corruption, and the young people have come out vehemently to say that these things must stop. And we have had serious protests being driven by young people. And this protest has caused this country a lot of suffering, so much destruction, lives have been lost. And, some people have been abducted, and maybe some of them are even not, people do not know where they are. And so this issue has been going on, and, it came to a point that, the president had to drop the finance bill, which was being contentious. And then they went further to fire the cabinet ministers. And as if that is not enough, the young people are still saying that, Ruto must go. And I think to this point, I think maybe he's getting tired, and he's now removed the gloves up, and he's now telling the young people this issue must stop. I have seen a video where he's saying the young people that you need to stop being formless, you need to stop being faceless and come forward, because there was a time he was invited for an X conversation, which he was saying that the young people did not show up, and this issue has been kind of becoming out of hand. And I want to say this, as much as we are agitating for the rights and everything, we need to be a bit considerate. So I will play a clip of where the president was saying that this issue must stop, and you guys will be able to tell me, as now the president decided to be a dictator and say that this issue, I will now take the country by force, by fire. Yeah, so because from the tone of his voice, is kind of telling the young people that if you continue with this kind of trend, you're gonna see me in the other side. Yeah, so yeah, it's somehow getting I don't know how to describe this, but it's really becoming something else, because like right now there are planned protests that will be happening on Tuesday, and I don't know the extent of these demonstrations, because currently I really don't go to participate like fully, because I realized that it was becoming very violent and it's not that safe, because now the people who are coming up are not the Gen Zs and millennials that used to spearhead the demonstration, and things are getting out of hand. But just the other day, I think the president invited to have the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to have to form a kind of a coalition government, and then young people are saying that they don't want this. And I think they are very right, because the issue was not about a coalition government. It was not about including the opposition into the government. It was about sorting the corruption, sorting up the issues of budgeted corruption in the government, and stopping the wastage. So the government or the president needs to address the issues that are there, not to bring the opposition, because now when he brings the opposition to the government, it's kind of telling the country that we don't have an opposition, and we now in bed with opposition, and there is no checks and balances, and so there is no there is not going to be any kind of opposition in the country. And this trend has been going on for the longest time. During Kibaki's time, we had this kind of a coalition government. During Zuhuru's time, we had this Nusumukate, Iringa handshake of a kind, and now it is repeating itself again. And whenever these things happen, during the handshake government of the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, when they did that handshake, the checks and balances and corruption was put aside, and people continued to steal, and the government borrowed so much money, and that money that was borrowed cannot be accounted for. And now it seems like now Ruto wants to bring the opposition into the government so that he doesn't get any opposition. Anything that he does is not checked, and the same trend of looting public money continues. Yeah, so that is a problem with the country. And I think when young people say that they don't want this kind of a betrayal, which it is perceived that Baba has betrayed young people, they are very right, because the trend from the Kibaki's government, Uhuru's government, and now this government has been very clear. Whenever these things happen, the plight of young people, young people and generally the public is never considered, and it is a political elite that continues to benefit, right? So it's kind of becoming something that people just need to say that it must stop. Let the government of the day be accountable for their actions. You know, for the people who are killed during the demonstrations, young people want accountability. They want corruption to be stopped. They want jobs to be created. These are the things. There is nothing else. There is no point of bringing the opposition to the government. Sort out the issue that young people are saying, and everything will be okay. And it's not about rewarding political losers. You see that he removed the cabinet, but he has now brought back the same guys that were in cabinet. All right, so this is something that needs to be discussed in a sober mind, and solution be found. But one thing that I don't support is this kind of violence and anarchy. We need to have serious solutions and dialogue that is going to take the country forward. So I think the people who are doing these plans, they need to bring solutions, and the people who are supposed to action them, they need to show some good faith when it comes to dealing with the solution. So guys, watch the video to the end. I'll be playing the clip on where the president was saying that this thing must stop, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you on my next video. This has been the Africa Truth Media, and guys, subscribe to this channel if you want or you are interested in political lifestyle content, because this is gonna be your channel for all the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Our democracy and the transformation and the plan we have today, we cannot replace it with mayhem, with anarchy, with destruction of property. It is not possible. We are intelligent people in Kenya, and we know what we want. And I have said, those who are sponsoring, those who are marketing, those who are orchestrating this violence, they cannot continue to be faceless. They cannot continue to be nameless. They cannot continue to be formless. They cannot continue to be anonymous. Let them step forward and tell us, what is this violence going to achieve in the Republic of Kenya? And what is their plan beyond this violence? Si namna hiyo? Yes. Wasituambie tu wanapanga maandamano ya fujo. Watuambie hii fujo, maandamano ya fujo, maafa ambayo inaendelea, ile uharibifu ya mali, ile mali watu wanachomewa, hiyo mpango yote itafika wapi? Na itasaidia nini? Na itasaidia nani? Na ndio nimesema, going forward, we will protect the nation. Going forward, we will protect the nation. We will protect life. We will protect property. We will stop the looters. We will stop the killers. We will stop mayhem. We will stop anarchy, because Kenya is a democracy and we want a peaceful, stable nation. And our issues are resolved using democratic means. Ama mnasemaje watu wa Kenya? Mnasema tusimamishe hii fujo? Na tusimamishe hii vita? na tusimamishe maandamano ya maafa na maandamano ya kuharibu mali ya watu. I want to promise you it's going to stop. Enough is enough. Ama mnasemaje? Si imetosha hii maneno? Walisema tusipitishe finance bill. Mimi nimewacha finance bill. Nikawaita wakanasema hawataki kuja kuzungumza na mimi. Wakaniambia niende huko kwa X. Mimi nikaenda kwa X. Wakatoroka huko hawakukuweko. Wakaniambia tuitishe mazungumzo. Nimeitisha mazungumzo, wamekataa. Nimewaambia wanaendelea kusema wao ni faceless, wao ni formless, sijui wako nini. Mimi nimewaambia sasa, my friends, you know, I have given a chance to everybody to say whatever they want. You know, it cannot continue like this. The country is much more important than any group of people. We must stand together as a nation, protect our nation, and make sure that Kenya is a democracy. Tunaelewana ama namna gani jameni? Tuko pamoja? Watu wa Bomet mnasema tuwe na amani. Mnasema we want peace. Mnasema you want peace. Turudie we want peace. Mnasemaje? 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 Hebu nisikie tena. Tunataka amani, sio? Sasa sisi tunataka amani. Mtu akiwa na maneno akuje kwa mlango ya mbele atuambie ako na mpango mbadala auzie Wakenya wataamua. Kwa hivyo mimi nimeshukuru sana kufika hapa nyumbani na ate mnasema nisiogope. Mimi niko chonjo my friends. Ni vile tu majukumu ya kuendesha Kenya ni mazito na lazima ni balance mambo mingi. Lakini mimi nataka niwahakikishie tunataka amani, tunataka kupeleka taratibu